Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 88 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined as always by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, sir. Nice
Hello.
little pile of news for us tonight. Nice
yeah.
pile of stuff.
Yep. Seems like right after we finished our show last week,
I know.
stuff kind of popped up online the next day. We'll start things off as we always do with the Hasbro news of the week. The main bit of news that kicked things off after our show was the reveal of the USA Today of the new Princess Leia figure from Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, this was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? It just kind of came out of the blue.
Yeah.
But we want Leia paid off. Your campaign paid off.
Yeah.
So,
I'm genuinely surprised that they did that.
Well, I mean, I think there seems to be so much, maybe slightly overinflated press about the lack of female toys, and maybe rightly so. I don't know. It depends on your opinion, but she's appeared, and it's a good-looking figure. Build a weapon with something. We still don't know quite what that is, but
I think I've figured it out.
What is it?
Well, I think you could like thread her arm through the top of that thing so she could hold the handle, and then you use the grappling hook, and basically it's like a pulley that she could like slide across. You could kind of see that there are two wheels on the end of there.
Do you think it'll actually work?
I don't think they work, but I think the rope theoretically slides along the rope to some sort of.
Well, maybe we'll see something in Rebels in the episode. Then we'll, she's.
Yeah.
Again, they may be doing something like that to kind of echo a New Hope or something. I don't know, that whole, it's not her first canyon she's slid over. So,
right.
You never know.
Figure overall looks good. I mean, it's a pretty decent interpretation, I guess. I mean, again, this is one of those heavily photoshopped hero glamour shots that Hasbro tends to release for their newest reveals, but looks pretty good.
It does. It's 5 POE, but good looking figure, and looking very accurate to the upcoming mentions over or presence over on the TV show. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Did you catch that episode, by the way?
I have not, but I've seen all the little snippets and featurettes that she's in. I thought the voice was absolutely spot on. Really well done. So
yeah, I was on the First Order Transmissions podcast last week with Corey and the guys, and we interviewed Julie Dolan, who did the voice for her. So that was pretty good.
Excellent.
She gave some insight into the background and her experience voicing, Princess Leia again. She's done it before through Star Tours and I think a couple of the video games, the Disney Infinity game, as well as the Star Wars Uprising. I think it's that mobile platform game.
Oh, excellent. Okay, didn't know that.
She's.
I must catch up the show. I've not watched it yet.
She's really good. She was very friendly, and it was good to talk to her. So it was fun.
Nice.
What else happened this week? Also, there were some reveals by Jedi Temple Archive. They received a couple rumors of some potential Black Series 6-inch figures coming to the assortment. Figures like Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope, the old Ben. Snowtrooper from Empire Strikes Back, which is pretty awesome. I think that's been a long requested figure ever since the line was launched, and especially since those deluxe packs, where you could get the Luke with the Tauntaun. I think a lot of people wanted the Snowtrooper with the cannon.
Sure. Yes, that's right. That's an obvious one to do. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. And then the AT-AT driver, which is great.
Definitely another one that was high, I think, on the poll, the kind of fan choice poll as well.
Yeah.
Those two. Snowtrooper was anyway,
there were a couple of other figures on that list, that are kind of obscured names at the bottom there. Tertiary hero droid, which is kind of been determined to be C-3PO from The Force Awakens. The last two are kind of bewildering. Shark Leader and Shark Trooper Yellow. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but
well, I guess it's a trooper, but the Shark, I guess they're Imperial of some kind, of that kind of the Empire First Order.
Or maybe it's shark, fish. Maybe it's Admiral Ackbar.
Could be. That's a good point. That'd be kind of good.
We'll see it at Toy Fair in a couple weeks.
Exactly, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, and then at the top of the list there was figures we've known that have been coming: Darth Revan, Sabine, and Leia from A New Hope.
This will be good. Looking forward to really seeing if this is, actually going to happen, and we'll actually get to see these. I mean, it's been a long time waiting for 3PO.
Yep.
So let's fingers crossed. Let's hope it really comes and this stuff comes true, because that's a great lineup of characters. New, old, expanded universe stuff. It's good.
Yep, a good mix. Let's see what else here. Admiral Ackbar. The basic figure was we talked about that on last week's show a little bit. A couple auctions had popped up online. Overseas auctions from that Viper's Kingdom seller who typically gets some of those newer figures out early. One of the pictures I was kind of flipping through the online galleries he had posted, and it revealed the kind of hilarious but surprisingly fun feature for Admiral Ackbar, the figure.
It is a fun feature, and right now as people are watching this, they're saying silently to themselves as united. That phrase that he says, we won't see it, but it's
gotta resist
the urge. But it's
an elaborate ruse.
It's a really bizarre kind of feature to have, isn't it? Really, in some ways.
The first time I saw it, it reminded me of the vintage Kenner EV99 that had the little lever on the back of the head.
Yes, it does.
It had the little flappy down thing. I don't know why it looks nothing like that, but it's just the hidden, quote unquote, hidden feature that is kind of surprising, and I think it's hilarious. And I applaud Hasbro for even attempting something different. It is. It could just be a head and it sits on there, but no, they made it articulated, and that's +1 for them.
Yeah, something fishy was clearly going on with the design. Oh, sorry, terrible joke. But I love the jowls and the horrible fleshy.
Yeah,
it's detailed and yucky. It's kind of. but it looks. I mean, it's
it's a family show here. I don't want to.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Kind of looks.
I wasn't trying to be rude, but
I know.
But I didn't mean it like that. But never mind. Okay. Anyway, moving on swiftly. So
you never look at that figure the same again. What else? This week, Scott from Tulsa had tweeted out, I think to both you and I and Star Wars Action News, some of his ridiculous store finds that he stumbled across at Walmart. A great selection of Black Series 6-inch figures like Django, Finn with bloody helmet, a couple Phasmas there, and the Flame Trooper.
I know. It's if people don't know, Tulsa is a great place to go, and it truly is the center of the universe for toys. He gets everything every single time.
It's great.
I know.
And to rub further salt in the wound, some of the figures themselves rang up for $9. I think Django specifically did.
I know.
$9.
I know.
I immediately tweeted out after him, was like, buy them all.
So you should. I mean, that's a crazy price to get stuff at. It's he's some guy. He's very lucky. Good on you, Scott. So I know he watches with his kids, and so you've got a very lucky dad, kids. You really do. He's a very smart shopper. So I hope that rings up for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Our friend Chris Pirillo tweeted out yesterday that he had found Han and the Hassks figures over on at the Target in Seattle, which I thought was a pretty nice find. I hadn't heard of too many reports of that showing up in stores yet.
That's right. I did see that, actually. Let me just bring that up just now. Sorry, I was on the wrong link.
Obviously, Justin from over at Star Wars Action News was the one that found that Ray, who caused all the controversy. But yeah, this is one of a handful of reports I've seen that these have actually started showing up at retail, and he was able to pick up a nice, duplicates of Han and the Hask thug.
Which, I mean, isn't he Varmic in terms of the pulp?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. I'd have to.
There's three of them, isn't there? So
there are three. They're the Hask triplets. I'm not sure if this is Varmic in particular. So you could buy 3. They're all slightly different as far as what they're wearing. So I don't know if you could get away with them representing all 3 of the triplets, but I'm gonna. I'll have
army build anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the good-looking figures. The hand looks excellent. Really looking forward to that one.
Yep. What else? This had popped up. I think Jedi Temple Archives had also shared the Ezra Speeder popping up on Amazon.com, and there's some really cool details that are kind of revealed in some of those images that Amazon had shared. To me, other than you get a nice look at the Ezra figure itself, where he's obviously a retooled version of the original one, where he's got more of the season 2 look on him with the different pouches and the straps around his legs and whatnot. And he also has the scars on his cheek. But also you get some really cool details for the bike itself, where it's got a little opening door in the back to hold probably helmet or something. And also it looks like the handlebar section and where the foot pegs go, that slides forward and back to accommodate for figures of different height. I don't know if you saw the...
Yeah, I can just see that there.
The little rail there.
That's
kind of cool.
Kind of interesting.
There's that dark area right by the foot pegs is kind of like a channel that it slides in. That's cool.
That's a nice touch. Yeah, that adds a little bit of play value to it. He's very much... I can't get over his blue hair. It's really blue, but I guess that's the color. It wasn't as blue in the first release.
No, I don't recall it being that blue.
Solid black, but yeah, it's a good looking little vehicle. We had that in Lego obviously before, but it's a great looking little speeder. No little carriages or anything else that come with it, which would have been fun, I think. But again, keeping costs down. But
yeah, and it looks like you can store the lightsaber underneath the vehicle as well, and that kind of that reverse shot. You could kind of see the lightsaber poking out under the bottom there.
Yeah, you can just see it under there. Yeah, very cool.
It's got different storage possibilities.
Yeah.
I hope we get an Imperial repaint. I think a lot of people have been looking forward to those, at least fans of the show and fans of the figures from the line. I know people have asked to get the Imperial version of this speeder, so I imagine we probably see that at Toy Fair, if any place.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very cool. More vehicles. Yeah, I like that too. I do like that. Nice vehicle.
Let's see what else we have here. I think right around Christmas time and whatnot, the Kylo Ren Black Series helmet was hitting kind of sporadically, and people were having trouble finding that and whatnot. But I think it has started showing up online. It's probably sold out again, though, at this point from when we shared it earlier today. But
yeah, looks like it. Yep.
Yeah.
Out of stock.
Out of stock. But you might be able to check through the website for availability in your area. I know I was able to locate a couple stores around me that had them in stock. So it's a pretty nice, even though it's a Hasbro relatively inexpensive helmet, as compared to a Novos type recreation. The detail is really good, and
it is
for being a kid's item. I would say it's a quality collector's type piece.
Yeah, our friends at the First Order Transmission had this on the eve of the Force Awakens when we went to see it, and I was trying it on, and it's solid. It's very heavy, and just the chrome's very impressive. A very nice piece overall. I do like it.
Yeah, I'd like to try to find one at some point. I'm still hemming and hawing over getting it.
Didn't you say at one point, if you ever found this, you were never going to take this off?
Yeah.
So we're holding you to your word now. So a whole realm recap of this on. It's a good looking helmet. So.
What else? Our friends over at Jedi News had shared a couple images today regarding Black Series helmets. Again, these are I think Hasbro Pulse had revealed these initially, the little miniature versions for the titanium line. These are small little die-cast helmets, but this is the first time we've really seen them in the packaging. So they shared that over on their Instagram feed. Pretty neat presentation, I guess, if you're into this scale and
nice.
line, I guess.
they really are extending the Black Series brand to just about everything, which is, I get it. I get the point. I love the design in the front of the package, and that kind of schematic look is beautiful. It really goes with the red and black and works really well. So the other one is the other pack in the case assortment. There's 3 sets per case, 3 of this and 3 of the First Order Stormtrooper and Captain Phasma as well. So two sets to pick up in this first wave, and 3 centimeters tall. So that's about an inch, 1.2 inches. So they're really kind of small. It's kind of like phone size, really. It's
almost like 6-inch scale.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, if they made a Darth Vader one, you could almost have a Kylo Ren holding his melted one. So
that'd be cool.
That would be cool. So yeah,
exclusive.
Exactly.
San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Melted.
Yeah, don't give them any ideas. Let's see what else. They also shared that there's another series of the Micro Machines blind bags coming out, and they're introducing the whole chase thing into this. Like, I don't know many people that are actively collecting these. There are a few people, but
sure,
they're introducing a gold chase. Ship or 2 inside each pouch. So there's a Slave 1 they show there, and a Rey's speeder bike that's gold. I find it interesting that they're doing the fat guy on the couch as a that looks more like a, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like me watching Netflix, really. It's like, it's kind of bizarre, isn't it? It's like you got all these vehicles. Jabba, I almost get it, but the dude on the couch, really?
Yeah,
that's very bizarre. That is very bizarre.
But you get other cool things like the Resistance transport deal there at the top, and the
little
quad jumper.
Yeah, which is on screen for about 2 seconds. Yep.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah, they're fun little blind bags. Quite impressed with them, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, these are now part of the gold series. It's labeled as that specifically on the packaging, so you'll know it when you find it if they're going to have the gold pieces inside. And I don't know if they're going to be gold in every pouch or if they're chased, like.
Sure, that would make sense.
Like hunting for whatever those were, the gold.
Mr. Gold minifigures or something.
That's right, for the Lego blind bag figures.
Yeah.
I hope they don't make it hard, is all I'm saying.
No, I understand. I mean, they're such low price point that they shouldn't be too hard, and it's only gold painted plastic. It's not like the
right.
Solid gold of the Lego minifigure, but yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have here? A little bit of Lego news. I managed to find the the Lego Polybag Poe X-Wing yesterday. I don't even remember which. Yesterday. So that was fun. Yep. Cross that one off the Polybag acquisition list.
Just waiting for Twitter to catch up here. Yeah, I thought when I saw this, I saw it on my phone, and I thought you'd found for some reason I thought you'd found the Finn Polybag. I don't know why, but I was like, it's the X-Wing. I thought this was out there. So is this just beginning to hit? Because
at least in my area, this is the first I've seen of it. I know it's popped up a few times. Like Stud Shooter shared finding it, and Scott from Tulsa, I believe, had shared it a few times. And
sure,
but this was the first time that I was seeing it.
It's nice to see the variation in the colors, because we've had a few X-Wings in the Christmas advent calendars and a few other smaller X-Wings, but getting Poes is nice. Those bricks are a nice color. That's cool.
I can't remember if it was Scott that mentioned this, but he said it would have been cool if you got a little BB-8 dome that plugged in on the top.
Nice.
If it would have come with it, but it doesn't. Damn it.
There you go.
What else?
Talking of Lego,
BrickFan.com had posted kind of a breakdown of some of the new 2016 Lego sets coming out from London Toy Fair. Thought that was pretty interesting. Some of the contents towards the bottom there of that list, they have the Star Wars sets, and some of them sounded familiar. I think we had talked about them before, but they really break down as far as what's included as far as the minifigures. The Eclipse Fighter and the Star Scavenger, those apparently are probably from some Lego TV thing that's going to be coming.
Sounds like it. Like a Yoda's Chronicles or
Right.
Tails, or whatever they call it these days. But
Unless it's from Rogue One.
Could be.
I don't know.
Could well be. Yeah, that's a good point. Because we'll probably see sets early on, just like we did for The Force Awakens before the movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all these prices are in British pounds. Do a quick Google translation if you want to find out the cost, and they'll probably be a little cheaper in the US, as they always tend to be. Some interesting Lego in there. The just third one down on that list, if you're watching us here in video, is the Lugga Beast in Lego.
Right.
That'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, that one's included in the Encounter on Jakku set. It includes Unkar Plutt, Rey, BB-8, Tito, Jakku Thug, and a buildable Lugga Beast. Yeah.
Resistance X-Wing fighters. We get another X-Wing fighter with Poe and BB-8.
Lor Santeca.
And a flame trooper.
So that's obviously the blue and whitish gray X-Wing. That's cool. Getting a variant of that.
I thought that was the Snap Wexley vehicle ship, but I guess there's lots of different X-Wings.
Right.
Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. Sabine Wren. So that's from Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah. So this set is set to include the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and an A-Wing, along with Sabine. So another shot at her, an A-Wing pilot, and Grand Moff. Is that going to be Tarkin? I would assume so.
I guess so, yeah. The clone turbo tank. I mean, that's a redo of the previous one, but apparently from a review that I'd read of this, because no one's get pictures because Lego wouldn't allow it, but it's a much smaller clone turbo tank. The last one was beautiful. It was a really huge vehicle, so this looks to be a lot smaller. Scout Trooper, Gree, Battle Droids, Luminara, Unduli, and Quinlan Voss. So it's a kind of a weird blast to the past, going back to the Clone Wars, but hey, whatever.
Yep.
And then a newer version from Star Wars Rebels, the Rex's AT-TE Walker. Rex Wolf Gregor.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Don't know why the Inquisitor's in there. Wasn't he dead at that point?
Yeah, he should be. Oh, unless it...
Oh, it could be the new... Yes, that's
true. It's brother Inquisitor, probably.
That's true. It's a good point. Never thought about that. Yeah, lots of Lego. And there'll probably be other little sets creeping out in time as well, I guess, closer to, as you said, Rogue One. So...
Right.
Yeah, Lego's keeping my wallet busy, as always.
Moving on to Gentle Giant, they had announced a availability of the limited edition Darth Vader classic bust. This was previously it's been an exclusive to GameStop here in the US.
Wow.
This one is slightly different, other than it says Premier Guild on the bottom. The sculpt is the same. I think the paint and every other detail is the same. It's just marked as Premier Guild exclusive on the bottom, and only Premier Guild members can buy it. Seems kind of redundant almost. I mean, if you could go out and get it, I mean, it's this. I believe it's the same price as the GameStop version. But
okay, I didn't even know this was out. There you go. This is why we.
Yeah, I saw it the other day when I was hunting down Funko Pops.
You saw that. Your addiction grows.
Yeah.
But it's an unusual base for that. Of all the busts that I've seen over the years, absolutely they have that style where the arm is kind of severed. But that's a very unusual base that I've seen, that very concave. Never seen that before.
It's kind of a return to the original bust they did when they first launched the line that didn't have the arms. You know, it was a traditional bust. It wasn't just a torso arms kind of deal that they kind of morphed into later on as they released figures. But it's a large piece. I've seen it unboxed. It's a pretty nice size.
They're getting few and far between the busts from Gentle Giant. They do seem to be a little less and less and less. But hey, at least they're keeping them going. So
what else? Moving on to Funko. Oh boy. I had shared my most recent Funko update over on Instagram and Twitter the other day. I think I have a link there for sharing.
There we go. It's growing, Jason.
Yeah, it's
a small tower,
except for the first Force Awakens Chewbacca and the Amazon exclusive Stormtrooper that has the heavy artillery rifle. Those arrived today. So nice. My collection is officially complete. until that unmasked Rey comes out, and another figure was released today that we'll get to in a minute, since I just made that one.
Exactly. And for those that are watching, there's something incredibly unique about this photograph, a one-of-a-kind pop. Not only the pop, but the sticker on the front.
Yeah, I
mean, tell us how you did that. Very good. So that I think the next photograph we've got is there. It is Sans sticker.
Right. So yeah, this was the custom one I made the other day. Just bought a regular First Order Stormtrooper and weathered him up and gave him the bloody streaks to make it FN 2187.
That's nice. So you applied a little. Yeah, it sounded really good. I actually thought, I think you and I had been talking about this before, that I'd seen either a sketch or someone had maybe did another custom, and it was kind of in, I think people were saying it's coming. But literally, you were 24 hours, and it was
yeah,
something like that. It was really close. I was like, I think yours is a little better than Funko's, to be honest. So your blood's really dark red there, where theirs seems really light. But yeah, you added a little sticker on the front. What did you do there? Just that little.
Yep, I just printed off a sticker at work, and it says Yakface exclusive on it.
Nice, one of a kind.
Yeah,
I like it. That's very slick, sir. Very slick indeed.
Thanks.
So yes, that's a cool little custom you're doing. So your numbers are growing.
Yeah, 30 so far. Well, 32 since the other two came today. What else? Then Funko did a box opening for the loot, or not for the loot crate, but for the Smuggler's Bounty thing. And in that video, they revealed the Target exclusive 2187. So this is the actual one that's coming out. Bloody stripes and all.
It is indeed. Yeah, their blood's very kind of too red for me. I liked your dark splatter all across. It was really good.
Dried blood.
But, yeah, exactly. So yours was real. So yeah, so there you go. But that's cool little pop.
Yep.
Very cool.
Definitely need to get that one too.
Yes. So if a lot of you are watching this and crying and saying, "Oh my God, I don't have a Target I'm overseas," this will probably be available overseas at popculture.com.au. So you probably can get a chance to get it, because it's cool and he will sell well. That's for sure. Like it.
Yeah. And what else? There was a link. Sorry, there was a link that someone had shared. I can't remember her name, but she has a Twitter handle of Across the Stars.
Jim Marie. Yeah,
she was having, or I know a lot of people that do collect the line had issues finding the Walmart exclusive Poe, the unhelmeted Poe here in the U.S. Apparently they're all in Mexico, because there's like 50 of them here in this one shot.
That's crazy. I mean, there's 6, 12, 18, 24. That's more than a master carton. So that's, you're talking about 70 actually in total there. So yeah, because if there's 6 deep, 6, 12, 18, 24, that's, it's 2 full master cartons of the damn thing. So
yeah, that's a lot of Poes. So
that is a lot of Poe. She's a very nice lady. She runs Anakin and His Angel, little Star Wars blogs, and doing a lot of stuff. And
good deal.
Yeah, she's been doing it for a long time.
I've started following her.
Yeah, me too.
And she's got some good stuff on there, and
she gives good tweet.
Yep. Let's see. Moving on to a couple other brands and lines. Last week, Beast Kingdom revealed some of those new Egg Attack figures. These are from The Force Awakens. There's a Kylo Ren and a Captain Phasma, which are pretty cool, I think.
Just, sorry, caught by the internet again here. Come on, open up. And yeah, they're kind of cool. Let's translate that. Beautiful looking little style on them. That's very cool.
Are you familiar with any of these as far as, have you seen them in person or handled them?
I have not, but they look very similar to the, I can't remember the name of them, but I've reviewed the Boba Fett, the Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, not Egg Attack, but they're very similar. Mm-hmm. We talked about them before.
The Nendoroid?
No, not Nendoroid. It's another Japanese company who make these super deformed super scores, but their kind of market differential is they're all solid metal. We've talked about them in the show before. I can't remember the name of them, but they look very similar. Mm-hmm. Incredibly similar, actually. That's quite cute.
These almost look like little toddlers dressed up in Storm, or Star Wars outfits with little. They look like babies.
It's like little kids dressed up there. We'll try and open the other one just for a second. because we've got a couple of links there. But yeah, they're very accentuated in the helmet side of things, and it adds a little. It's like a little kid going out on Halloween or something.
Right.
And the other one here, we're just loading up, was Kylo. I like the soft goods touch. It seems to be soft goods anyway.
Yep.
That they've added. A nice little touch with the lightsaber and the pose there.
Yeah, they're highly articulated, and like I said, they're soft goods. And
God, it's just another line to collect, isn't it? It's just where does it stop? No. This between Pop and Hot Toys and Nendoroids and Bandai and Mafex and it's a lot, and there's even more stuff to come. I think in our next links here.
Yep. If people have noticed at Target or the Disney store, those little plush characters that look like little, pods or beans or something like that, they're called Tsum Tsums, I believe.
Yep.
It's been rumored for a while that Star Wars is going to be incorporated into the line. Marvel recently revealed that they were part of these. Usually they're just Disney characters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Star Wars and Marvel are now Disney, but but these are the first 18 or so that have been revealed. Original trilogy and prequel trilogy characters. So you get Jar Jar and also
they're little. They remind me of gerbils for some reason.
yeah, they're like little hamster gerbil things.
The little hamster, yeah, little fluffy things. These are very popular in the Disneyland. I've heard of a few collectors paying a lot of money for some of these.
Yeah, we've got about we have a lot of them.
You have is that all we'll say legally, because that's all we can say. But
we probably have 50.
Okay, there you go. So they're obviously popular with a younger market, I guess, or older collector market, whatever. But there's been a few variants and rarer ones, I think, in the Disney side of things, which have caused the prices on some of these to be pretty steep. So yeah,
right. It's like it seems like every Tuesday or first Tuesday of the month, Disney Store reveals a new set online. It could be Aladdin or Lion King or Little Mermaid or something like that, and they sell out like instantly. It seems like they just blow through them. So there is a definite following for those characters. They were they're initially a Japanese line that came over into the U.S. as of a couple years ago. So
yeah, very collectible.
What else? Speaking of Disney exclusives and Disney Store, there was that Elite series, that box set that had shown up around D23 last year that had a couple exclusive figures in it, like the C-3PO and R2-D2. And then it included, Boba Fett, Stormtrooper, Grievous, I think Vader,
and
a few others. And it went for some crazy money. It was launched initially, and they were limited to 500. Well, apparently they either didn't sell out or sell through because that website Woot has got a hold of them. I'm not sure how they came up with this pricing for this, because that wasn't that wasn't the original retail price when they initially went on sale. That seems more like the current aftermarket price.
Yes.
So
there wasn't really that was never the list price, not $700 for sure. But it kind of reminds me of Tombola. This thing, it's just got a weird shape. It's
but it includes some pretty decent figures and
some shockers too. That's a terrible looking.
Yeah, that Anakin's bad. But apparently, so far, this is the only way you can get the C-3PO and R2-D2 diecast Elite figure.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, I can't see many fans shelling out the $410 for this, but never say never. It's if you're an Elite fan, I know there's a lot of grown people in it. It's certainly a nice presentation box, but it's about $300 too expensive for me. Yeah,
because I think it did go for about $200 when it initially launched, $250 or something like that.
Was it as much as that? Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
Fair
Let's see.
enough.
Moving on to a few custom bits here for the week. I saw this was shared by our friends over at Imperial Shipyards. This is a custom version of the Twilight, which was never produced by Hasbro for the line,
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
it's a pretty decent looking interpretation, I would say.
Yeah, it does indeed. Very nice indeed.
We'll
Like to
have
see.
direct links to the page where you could find this in our show notes when that gets published at the end of the show. But it's pretty nice.
It is nice. Nice to see some of these older figures again. Articulated figures. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the good old days. Who would have thunk it?
Right. What else do we have here for customs? Oh, more Matt. More Matt the Radar Technician customs. These have been popping up like crazy over the past week or so. I even saw someone that had a tattoo of Matt the Radar Technician. I hope that was fake, because that's committed. That's committed.
Yes, that is committed, definitely.
But
yeah, there's a lot of custom pop fans out there, so yeah, there you go. Matt the Radar Technician. Wow, I never would have thought this had been so popular. I want to have my muffin, Matt. I want to have my muffin. Cool.
He's shredded. Let's see what else we have. Black Series repaints. I think we had talked about this before, but there's a couple additional images that we hadn't shared. There's a particularly good one of Rey that's been repainted.
Yeah. I'd seen this guy on Facebook doing some customs, but I hadn't. The Nerd has pulled this article together and just thought it was worth sharing, and people love it. Of course, it's obvious, but and you and I have talked about this before. We've shared images of, and I can't remember the author, but there was a Jango Fett that we saw and we shared. And the paint was beautiful. It was on Instagram. I think you shared it. Mm-hmm. But look at the difference there between that crazy ass Yoda,
right,
and that stunner there.
It's unbelievable. Paint made that much difference.
Wow.
I mean, that Anakin head looks amazing. The Obi-Wan, the Han. I mean, it's just they're all really well done.
They really
from
are.
a sculpt standpoint. And if you can find someone that can paint worth a damn. It makes them look lifelike.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I guess the problem is it's mass market produced. It's very hard to do that kind of. I mean, the hand to me is it's good, but I mean, it's not a million miles away. But for me, it's the eyes. Look at that crazy peeping Tom Yoda, and I just can't get over the difference that makes. But yeah, Rey was there's his page there, Old Boy CTTS Facebook page, Old Boy Custom Tattoo. And he's got some great stuff on his page. But the Rey is, it just shows you. I mean,
it looks lifelike.
It really does. It really, really does. I mean, they've barely touched the rest of the outfit. A little darker maybe on the belt there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's all about the face. It's almost Hot Toys quality there for a $20 figure.
Warmed up the skin tone quite a bit just to make it look. I mean, she's been in the sun and Jakku for how long? She shouldn't be pasty white, I wouldn't think.
Exactly.
But yeah, just the face, the detail in the face is so spot on. It's great.
It really is. Good article. So yeah, check the show notes and have a look.
Let's see. You had a First Order Trooper repaint that you had put here.
Yes, an Australian Instagram Black Series group had put up some really interesting customs this week and tagged me in it, and I got to get a look at this thing. But it just really stood out to me. I did not know what this was at first, and just a nice shiny chrome paint, chrome-like paint, I should say, across that, but beautifully smooth and straight paint, or maybe that's Photoshop. I don't know what they've done there, but it looks really good on the First Order Elite, I guess Shadow Trooper, whatever you want to call it. I can't. I've looked through the books, the art of, and all the stuff, but I don't recall seeing this as a kind of. So I guess this is just a fan-made creation, but.
Yeah, because Hasbro had done this figure that came with the speeder bike, the black one.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is a expanded universe off-screen creation, but it looks like it fits in the film. It's a decent.
Yep.
It's a decent figure.
Who knows? It may even be something in the deleted scenes or something that we've heard of. Some extra piece of concept art. Yeah.
And then one final custom here. This was an amazing one done by Jack In Hallman. This is a Tantive corridor.
This is Jack and Holman Wang, the authors of the Fuzzy Felt books.
Yep.
I've met this guy. I met him at the Star Wars Action News Breakfast. He's an amazing guy. I didn't realize.
The Epic Yarns.
Yeah. Yes, he's done those little felt books, these beautiful felt books, and he was talking about his studio and stuff before. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was him.
So that to me looks like it's about a 6-inch scale.
Yeah, they are. He shared them before, and I think he was donating some of them to Steve Sansweet. Some of the ones they'd used before in the books, and they were going to his Rancho Obi-Wan. But yeah, I didn't realize Jack and Holman Wang. That's the very guys indeed.
It's just incredible detail.
Epic Yarns, yeah. Wow, that looks amazing. Yeah, he made all these detailed sets.
Just made out of foam core, foam, sheets of mylar. Very impressive for that scale.
Yep,
I want one.
Don't we all?
I don't have any place to put it, but
yes, same will have as well. Yeah, where the hell do you put this stuff?
Let's see. Moving on to some TV, movie, book, and game news. Big news last week was that they pushed back or rescheduled the release date for Episode 8 back to December 15th from May of 2017. Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me either.
No, just make a good movie. How about that?
Exactly. Well, maybe the given the fact that it's now the biggest film of all time currently, maybe that December 15th slot was actually more favorable to them financially. I'm sure it had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it really worked for them, and maybe May 2017 has some other movies opening up at the same time. I don't know.
Yep.
Because they didn't really say. I didn't hear anything else as to see why, or just hey, we're moving it. So.
Yeah, because I think they announced the May date, a while ago. So that was always probably kind of a soft date anyway. So
sure.
Yeah, I don't mind the move at all. We've waited this long for more Star Wars movies. What's another 6 months or whatever it is, 7 months? So
as long as it's good.
Yeah.
Take as long as you want.
There were some Rogue One costume images that were shared on Twitter today. Kind of gives a better look at some of those outfits. Not really spoilery since they've been shared before officially, as far as in that one group cast photo. The costumes were shown, but this Twitter user Darren shared some nice close-up shots of some of the outfits.
The weapons look fantastic. They look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what the main female lead, I think, had in the first shot. Yeah. Very cool indeed. Wow, they're even getting that.
Had shown up at Toy Fair over, recently, just the past couple of days. So
that's awesome.
Wonder if we'll get it at Toy Fair here in a couple weeks.
That would make sense, I guess, licensors and others to show them, what's coming and what could be made. And oh boy, we got a lot of toys coming, man. A lot of pop and a lot of toys of all shapes and sizes.
Oh boy.
They look great though. Really gritty and dirty, and yeah. Bring on the action.
Mm-hmm. There's a new preview for this week's Star Wars Rebels that comes out tomorrow, which was pretty cool. It brings back the Mandalorians. Get some.
I have not watched this yet.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, you need to watch it. It's got some really cool space battle footage, and I love their vehicles.
Excellent.
See Hera and Sabine flying in A-wings and.
Oh, crazy! That's awesome. That's a whole other figure there, I think, for Hera with the different headset on.
Yep.
No, that'd be a nice one. Nice. New Sabine, maybe with new helmet. Yeah, very cool. Lots of space battles. Oh, love that Mando symbol there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Have to give that a watch.
Definitely.
When you get a chance. And then some behind-the-scenes images for Episode 8 you had posted here.
Yes. Let me just Share this 1 second. If I can recall what this was, we added this to the notes. Oh yeah, this was a little featurette that Wired had pulled together, and it just contained some very blink and you miss it features on Star Wars, which I had not seen before, and it's the CGI for the Falcon basically crashing into the Uncar's kind of base, I guess. I can't remember the exact name. I'm just going to share with it right now. Let's have a little look. Sorry about that. There's a video there and it's trying to load. And we'll get a little look at it. But there's some beautiful breakdowns where they've taken the special features. And if it eventually loads, come along, video, right in your own time. But you get to see Maz Kanata there as well. And the breakdown between Lupita and how she really transforms into this character.
Right.
So video is just taking its time. Well, anyway, it's in the show notes. You can have a look. It's, of course, now beginning to load. But little CG shots. The Falcon one is just an absolute stunner, how they've managed to break that down. Let me see if I can jump towards that and we can see there's a little bit of Maz Kanata there. Just going to load so you get a full body shot over. And the kind of 360 view, it takes you down and just every little snapshot, the skeletal, so you can see the innards of Maz Kanata as if you'd want it. And
gross.
Yeah, I know, just that way they manipulate the skull there and kind of tweak it. It's very unusual, but Unkar and his gang and the inside, you can see his teeth. It's horrible. But it's a great little feature. It's only 2 or 3 minutes long. There's a lot of chit-chat in between it, but there's a shot there of the Falcon. Got a screen cap there, and it's just beautiful to see this thing break down and then all the CGI stripped away. So a very interesting little feature.
So, I watched those a few times.
Yeah.
The detail.
Yes, me too, for detail. I know.
And you kind of, I mean, if you kind of really watch them break one of the scenes down, you get to see them just adding layers and layers and layers and layers. It's just
incredibly complex.
Yeah.
Incredibly complex.
So yes, that kind of wraps up the news bits for the week as far as reviews and new toy acquisitions. Did you have anything?
Reviews? No. Bought a few toys. Not much Star Wars, I think, to be honest. No. Pop, like you, is becoming a bit of an addiction. Picked up a few First Order Stormtrooper and, bizarrely, SpongeBob SquarePants at Dorkside Toys. Don't ask why. I love SpongeBob. Some Lego, some Ghostbusters Lego, which was out recently on Amazon. Beautiful little stuff. Little Lego minifigures, known Star Wars, the little Series 15, I think it is. Known Star Wars, but just showing the line 6-inch Mattel figures. They've really been getting up to speed with the Batman versus Superman stuff. But there's a lot of similarities to the Black Series 6-inch in this line. 6-inch figures, of course, but the packaging's not too dissimilar to, and it's got Build-A-Figure components very similar to Marvel Legends 6-inch. So Mattel seem to be really going into Hasbro's territory with some of the characters and stuff they've got. But
and they're the same price point too.
Same price point, exactly. So it's a very similar market in that way. Some Batman 1966 pop, some Iron Man little minifigures, and some one Hot Toys piece, the latest one with Iron Man, and I can't remember her name offhand. Pepper, thank you, Pepper Potts.
Cool.
So yes, an expensive week for me. It all arrived at once. But
me, it was. I picked up the Ashigaru Stormtrooper from what is that movie Realization?
Yep.
The Tamashii Nations figure. I received that. I finished off my wave 2 of pops from The Force Awakens, so I was able to get the regular 9 Num, Admiral Ackbar, and Varmic. I was able to gather those. I was able to take advantage of the last day of the sale at GameStop for the buy one get one 50% off.
It was a good sale, yeah.
And the Poe X-Wing Polybag, like I mentioned. And then I received my 2, going back to Pop, the Stormtrooper and Original Chewie. So
your collection is complete.
Yes. For now. I think that will wrap up this week's show then. pretty decent overall, with plenty of news that we got to talk about, and I'm sure we'll get a few more drips and drabs here until Toy Fair, because
it's coming soon.
Very soon. Other countries are having their toy fairs, so things might start to leak out.
It's always the same this time of year, isn't it? We begin to see stuff just leak out, often sometimes before Toy Fair.
Right.
But yeah, it's coming. So lots and lots of toys will be revealed.
Very good. So until next week's show, thank everyone for watching and listening, and we'll see you all next time.
See you later.